Kids with stinky feet because they refuse to wear socks with their shoes are inconsiderate pieces of shit in my book. One of my own, and I'm not going to name names, but it's the one that doesn't have any of my DNA. Hint, hint. Her goddamn feet smell like a mix of wet dog and blue cheese funk that's been trapped inside of an empty Ziploc baggie in the sun, in a car, and left there for fucking days. And I have told her her shoes are now banned from being in the house because they reek so goddamn badly. I came upstairs from the basement last night after she had recently gotten home, and when I get to the top of the stairs into the kitchen, it smelled like somebody had stuffed a handful of dried apricots up their ass and pooped them out right there in the landing. This is not a new issue for her either. I have been fighting this war for literally years. In the past, I had to throw away some of her shoes without her knowledge when she was sleeping just to rid the house of the room-clearing perma-stink that they produced. On top of that, she hangs out with the next-door neighbor girl who also never wears socks, and then when she comes over, you can add this odd, near-identical odor of yeast and dog shit to the funk cloud around here. I stopped letting that neighbor girl in the house a few months ago because I was afraid I'd have to rip out the carpet to rid the living room of the stench. It was that fucking bad. And here's the simple fact of the matter, you stinky foot-having sons of bitches. Wearing socks helps prevent foot odor because that thin layer of cloth serves as a barrier between your stinky-ass feet and the insoles of your fucking shoes. In most cases, those insoles don't breathe, and neither does the fucking outer shell of the shoe. So it's no different than the comparison of farting in the car with the windows down to prevent brown lung versus dropping ass with them rolled all the way up and fishbowling the entire vehicle with a cloud of rotting beef stew aroma. And we all know that feeling of putting on shoes without socks for even a few minutes to go get the mail or bring up the garbage cans. It feels gross. Your feet get sweaty. Now imagine that on a little kid who doesn't like to bathe very often, and magnify that by 6 hours, 5 days a week at school, and who knows how much other time before or after. And my favorite part of this little battle has to be every time that I tell her that her feet stink, and then she gets mad at me like it's my fucking fault when she's the one that knows very well what she could do to prevent this whole goddamn thing from happening, but just won't listen to me. So for the sake of everybody else in the house, you put some fucking socks on, and you throw some baking soda in your shoes and leave them outside overnight every once in a while to get rid of that fucking stench. But since that's like taking an arm and a leg, how about this? If you can't do any of that shit, at least come home and hang your legs over the side of the fucking tub and take some hand soap and wash your nasty fucking feet. Because I'm sick of the way that your nasty ass toes are making the whole house stink like a fucking Vietnamese restaurant.